Because religious people are less educated? Oh, you mean educated like... What does that mean? You mean went to a public school? Educated on what? Why would you value education if it has nothing to do with reproduction? And if reproduction is fitness, right? Why would it matter to be educated or not? What if being educated, Addie, just go with me in this. What if being educated resulted in less fitness as far as reproduction is concerned? Now, you have to make a judgment now. You're forced. Let's just grant it, right? Now, by your standards, I see why you say that. Like, people generally go to a secular school. They sort of weed out their beliefs. Maybe they're not well grounded in their theology. Maybe it's shitty theology, right? Maybe in fact it might be a good thing that they abandon their theology. But to say they're well educated and they're better educated, therefore they don't produce, right? Is the education of an organism you call a human being a feature of them being more fit? If it results, I don't even believe it's true yet, but let's say we granted it, right? Are they more fit or less fit? Because if fitness is the only thing that, quote, matters from an evolutionary perspective, and religion, if it wasn't true, did result in better reproduction and keeping humanity afloat, I'm not sure why we would appeal to the more educated if the more educated are saying stop having children in a reality of population decline, right? Is it true that less educated people have more kids? Well, probably a net balance, but that's just making an assumption on what's available to people, right? And it also assumes that we ought to value education over having kids. I don't know how you would get that, right? If that's what you're saying. I'm not seeing what the meaningful distinction is, right? Like, let's say the majority of the world isn't in a luxurious, decadent state where everyone has education. Now, what's more important? That they know things about, I don't know, history or evolution? What's more important to them? To build a family and live the life that they have, or to seek education? Education on what? Most of the secular view you call educated, 80 Matt, doesn't know how to change their oil. Are they educated? 80 Matt, most of the population you call more educated has no idea how to do a variety of things that, absent the debt-based floating economy and all of its amenities, they would collapse. They wouldn't even know what to do with themselves. And it would be the dumb, hillbilly, uneducated farmies who know about soldering and welding and building fences and fishing and hunting and processing meat, curing meat, alternative power. Suddenly, all the secularists in the cities come sprinting out like zombies out of their cement prison cells, and they go, "Oh, now I like you, you dumb Christian farm animal." You're not saying it's important. You're saying it's a fact. Well, yeah, it might be. I don't know if it's exactly true, but I think what the statement of fact you're saying assumes that education means something other than today, honestly, that you're in debt. I think educated is synonymous with, oh, you're in debt. The question is, what's good education? Like, what's valuable education? If the current system, and maybe you'd agree descriptively, 80 here, because I don't know exactly your approach here, 80 Matt, but would you agree that for the most part, the expansive accessibility of education, higher education, student loans, has actually produced a plethora of people who all have the same degree, increasing the amount that can be picked, lowering the amount they are paid, and essentially keeping more people in debt with lower job options because the pool of potential workers has increased while the debt stays. Is there anything descriptively false about stating people you call educated are actually, for the most part, in debt? They are. I mean, all the dumb people, the women aren't educated, yet they know how to raise kids, know how to raise humans, the next humans. They know how to raise them. They don't have a lanyard for Nike, right? They don't have a spot at the Washington Post or some shit. You know? But they're the ones raising the kids. They're in debt. Yeah, the IQ might be a problem, Redam's Prime. That's another thing, is like, just because you can memorize shit, is that really the level of education we're going to be arguing for from a secular position? I don't know, man.